Former Hard Livings gang leader Rashied Staggie has been shot and killed in Salt River in Cape Town. He was taken to hospital with wounds to his head and leg. Police have since confirmed that he was killed. His shooting comes a day after Hard Livings leader Ballie Tips was shot dead in Mitchell's Plain. Well, for more on this breaking story, we're joined now by ENC reporter Lindsay Tendinga. Lindsay, very good morning to you. Are there any details of how Staggie was shot?
Good morning, Dan. Depending on who you talk to here on the scene, but it appears he emerged from one of the houses here in London Road. Very significant that it's in this very road where his twin brother was killed in 1996. He got into a silver Toyota, a driver behind the wheel, and then multiple volleys of shots fired into the windscreen of that car, and it's understood that he suffered head and leg injuries and was taken to Groote Hospital not too far away from here. That's pretty much what we know for sure at this time.
And at this time, we know this shooting and killing comes just a day after another gang leader was shot and killed in Mitchell's Plain.
Yes, Dan, I think it was kind of to be expected that we might see this kind of tit-for-tat shooting. As you said last night, another senior gang leader shot and killed, and we can presume that this is in retaliation for that killing, and that it can be expected that things are going to escalate in light of these two killings just within a few hours of each other.
So the police are on the scene. They've already been there for some time. They're not saying anything. Have they issued any other statement besides what we know at this stage about the killing of Staggie?
Other than confirming that it is indeed Rashied Staggie who has been killed, there were some earlier reports that it might be a relative with a similar name that might have been shot and injured. Police confirming that it is indeed him. They are still working the scene. The vehicle in which he was shot is still exactly where it was positioned at the time of the attack. We're not quite sure right now. They're not saying who might have been behind that shooting and how they might have come down this road, shot at Rashied Staggie and then make off. So, as I said, working the scene at the moment, and not too many details forthcoming from the police officers here at the moment, where, as you can see behind me, this street London Road, quite an infamous road here in Salt River, just a little way out of the city centre, being cordoned off as police work the scene, saying Rashied Staggie was shot just after 9 o'clock this morning.
Now, Rashied Staggie, of course, a former Hard Living gangs leader. As you said earlier, his brother Rashied was set on fire by the People Against Gangsterism and Drugs, that organization called PAGAD, way back in 1996. Just a quick reminder of who was Rashied Staggie for our viewers.
Well, the twins were quite notorious for being at the head of the Hard Livings gang back in the day. Rashied Staggie himself, who's just been, as we understand, shot and killed, recently in prison. He served 10 years behind bars on a rape charge. He was also convicted of a gun running vehicle. He was, while he was out firstly on day parole just a few years ago, had to return to Polesmore prison at night, and then more recently released on parole proper, and again was arrested while out on parole, found with others with a boot full of weapons near Canal Walk, weapons believed to have been used in a Johannesburg heist. So really the brothers have a really long history of dealings within the gangs, dating back to 1996, as you pointed out, when his brother was infamously set alight by the PAGAD grouping against gangsterism and drugs, people desperate to rid communities of drugs and the kinds of gangsterism that had been plaguing many of the youth on the Cape Flats in those years. And so these brothers, the twin brothers, really well connected, well known, central figures to the gang underworld here in Cape Town.
Lindsay Tendinga, thank Thank you very much. At the scene there of the breaking news story, the shooting and killing of former Hard Living Gangs leader Rashied Staggie, just about 9 o'clock. The story just broke now, and we are at the scene there. We'll continue, of course, bringing you more on that. And just yesterday, another gang leader was shot and killed in Mitchell's Plain.